I overcame myself, the sufferer, the victim, the weak voice in my head telling me I wasn't enough. That person, he's dead. I killed him. I burned him to the ground. But it wasn't pretty. It wasn't some poetic moment with violins playing in the background. It was war. A brutal, relentless, bloody war. You see, the old me didn't go quietly. He clung on with every excuse, every ounce of self-pity, every damn sob story he could come up with. You've been through too much. Life's not fair. No one understands. That voice, that was the sufferer, and I had to drag him to the fire. You think it's easy to kill the person you've been for so long? Hell no. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do, because that version of you knows every trick, every weakness, every way to make you quit. But here's the thing. The longer you let that voice live, the weaker you stay. So I made a choice. I burned that motherfucker. But the fire doesn't just start on its own. You gotta create it. You gotta strike the damn match. And for me, the match was pain. Pain is the only thing real enough to strip away the lies, the masks, the bullshit we tell ourselves. I looked at my life, every failure, every excuse, every time I'd quit on myself, and I turned that pain into fuel. I didn't just burn, I carried my own ashes. That's the part no one talks about. You think it's just about killing the old you. Nah, it's about owning the aftermath. You got to carry the weight of every choice you made, every lie you told yourself, every time you said, I'll start tomorrow. I carried that shot up the mountain, step by step, breath by breath. And let me tell you, those steps felt like hell. But here's the thing about hell. It's only permanent if you stop moving. So I kept climbing, even when my legs screamed, even when my lungs felt like they'd explode. I kept going because the only thing worse than the pain of climbing was the thought of going back to the bottom. When I reached the top, I didn't find peace. I didn't find some magical moment of enlightenment. You know what I found? Responsibility. I found that the ashes I carried weren't just my past. They were my future. They were the building blocks of the fire I had to create. So I didn't scatter them. I didn't let the wind take them. I built a pyre, and I lit that thing with the rawest, most primal part of myself. The part that refuses to quit, refuses to die, refuses to settle for less than my best. And that fire, it's still burning. It's not a spark. It's not a flicker. It's a raging inferno, and it's mine. I created it. I nurtured it. I am it. Listen, you've got your own ashes to carry, your own mountain to climb, and it's going to hurt like hell. There's no shortcut, no easy way out. You've got to look at yourself, every part of yourself, and decide what's worth keeping and what needs to burn. The process is ugly, it's painful, and it's lonely. But when you come out the other side, you won't just be a better version of yourself. You'll be unstoppable. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop looking for the perfect moment. The only person who's going to light that fire is you. And if you don't, you'll stay in the dark forever. So get up. Start climbing. Start burning. Become your own damn fire. You think you've got time, don't you? Time to wait until the pain stops. Until life cuts you a break. Until someone comes along and hands you the life you've been dreaming of. Let me tell you something. Time doesn't give a damn about you. It's a freight train running full speed, and every second you waste waiting for comfort is another second you're getting left behind. When I say You've got to become your own fire. I'm not talking about some feel-good mantra. I'm talking about a fire that burns away every excuse, every ounce of weakness, every shred of the person who quits when things get tough. That fire is your only weapon against the life that's been beating you down. But here's the catch. No one can light it for you. It's you against you every single day. And let me be clear, this is not about motivation. Motivation is weak. It fades. You're not always going to wake up feeling like a beast. Most days, you're going to feel like shit, tired, overwhelmed, broken. That's when discipline takes over. Discipline is the steel backbone that keeps you moving when every part of you wants to stop. And guess what? Every step you take in that state, when it hurts the most, is another log on the fire. Now, some of you are probably thinking, but you don't understand my situation. Stop right there. I've heard it all before. My life is harder. My problems are unique. Let me tell you something. Pain doesn't care who you are. It doesn't discriminate. And no matter how bad your situation is, you've got two choices. Stay stuck or climb out. I don't care how steep the climb looks right now. I don't care how heavy your ashes feel. The weight isn't the problem. The problem is the mindset that keeps telling you to put it down, to take the easy road, to quit.
In de winter is mijn huid persoonlijk altijd extra droog. En daarom kies ik voor de Salix Expert Skin Health Hydrating Douche Gel. Deze hydrateert mijn huid en maakt hem echt zijdezacht. Verstelt de natuurlijke pH van je huid en houdt je huid gezond.
Salix Expert Skin Health voor een gehydrateerde huid.
The weight is what makes you stronger. Every step you take carrying that load is building a version of you that's harder, tougher, more resilient than anything life can throw at you. But here's the kicker. When you finally reach the top of that mountain, it's not the end. It's just the beginning. You think the fire you've built is enough? Think again. You've got to keep feeding it every single day. Complacency is the killer. The moment you think you've arrived, you start sliding back down. You've got to wake up every day, ready to climb higher, burn hotter, and push harder than you did yesterday. The fire you build isn't just for you. It's a beacon for the people watching you. The people who think it's impossible to overcome their own struggles. When they see you rising, carrying your ashes, building your fire, they realize they can do it too. So what's it going to be? Are you going to stay in the ashes of your old life, waiting for someone to carry you? Or are you going to stand up, light the match, and start climbing? Stop living like tomorrow is promised. Stop wasting your time being half alive. Burn the old you to the ground. Build a fire so bright, so unrelenting, that nothing can extinguish it. Nobody's coming to save you. Read that again. Let it sink in. Every time you sit there hoping for life to cut you a break, every time you wait for someone to show up and fix your problems, you're wasting the one resource you'll never get back. Time. Nobody owes you a damn thing. Not your parents, not your friends, not the world. The sooner you get that through your head, the sooner you'll stop acting like a victim and start acting like the warrior you're meant to be. The world doesn't care how hard your life is. It doesn't care how tired you are, how unfair things have been, or how badly you want something. The only thing it responds to is action. You can cry, complain, scream into the void, but at the end of the day, you've got one choice. Do the work. When I was at my lowest, fat, broken, a loser, I didn't have anyone there to lift me up. You know what I had? A mirror. And every time I looked into it, I saw the truth staring back at me. I was the problem. My weakness, my excuses, my pathetic mindset. That was what was holding me back. And you know what else? That was the best damn realization of my life, because it meant I was also the solution. So I stopped lying to myself. I stopped saying, I can't. I stopped looking for the easy way out. You think carrying your own ashes is hard? Damn right it is. But staying stuck in the same miserable cycle year after year is harder. Living every day knowing you're not reaching your potential. That's a pain no fire can burn away unless you're willing to light it yourself. When you wake up tomorrow, you've got two choices, two paths. Path one is the same shot you've been doing, avoiding the pain, hiding from the truth, staying soft. And you know where that path leads. Nowhere. You'll wake up 5 years from now, 10 years from now, hating yourself even more because you knew you had a chance to change and you didn't take it. Path two? That's the hard path. The path where you decide enough is enough. The path where you stop blaming the world, stop blaming your past, and start looking in the mirror with brutal honesty. That path is going to break you. It's going to test every ounce of your willpower. It's going to take everything you have, and then demand even more. But that's the point. That's how you grow. That's how you go from being the sufferer to the conqueror. You gotta break yourself down to build yourself up stronger. There's no other way. You wanna know why most people never make it? Because they're afraid of the pain. They're afraid of the fire. But you're different. You've got the spark. I can feel it. The question is, what the hell are you going to do with it? Don't just survive. Don't just exist. Get out there and dominate. Wake up every day, ready to outwork, outlast, and outfight every obstacle in your way. Build the fire. Burn the excuses. Climb the mountain. And when you reach the top, don't stop. Keep going. Find a bigger mountain. Feed the flames. Be relentless. Be unstoppable. Be the kind of person who, when life looks at you, it backs the hell off because it knows you can't be broken.